Hello, everybody. My name is Sam K, and welcome back to another episode of Fatal Frame. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy, as usual. Any of the intros and outros from the live streams have been edited out to help the flow a little bit better. That's either you or Mafuyu. It's you. Hour 5 vanishing. Instructions for special action hide added to file. Oh geez, okay, we have a stealth section. Me be on the side door, bridge with butterfly. Harbor Diary. How many days has it been? How many months? How many years? Many outsiders have been brought here, but none of them are like him. He said my hair is beautiful, but no matter how much I arrange it, he'll probably never know how I feel. All I can do is comb my hair and wait for him. That way when he comes back with his camera, he'll take my picture again. Hold Koto on the floor.
Somebody here?
Wait a minute, what's this? Among fragments are a ornamental hairpin with the holly pattern. Oh, okay. I just didn't see this earlier. Put the holly hairpin in the keyhole. Turmeric glitch where your wall at certain spot and next here hadn't loaded, so fell through the map. Even loaded and it still hadn't had to quit the yeah. Like if there's a literally if there's a glitch that is super fucking rare, it's gonna happen either like never been reported or just rare and doesn't happen many times. It's gonna happen to me and I don't know fucking why. I don't know how I got selected for this dice roll. I would like to have a mulligan on my dice roll in video game glitches. Okay, I guess I am supposed to confront her. What's Kai gonna do? He's gonna, you know. The fuck is he gonna do? He ain't got shit. Camera. There's the camera obscura. Okay. Put away the camera obscura with the book wrapped in kimono. It's been nearly half a month since I entered this mansion. It's still snowing outside. Once this snow melts, I'll be parted from Koika. And most likely never be able to return. Men are not needed in the manor. If necessary, I could run away, but if possible, I would like to take Koika with me. That feeling is what keeps me here. Sometimes worshippers from nearby villages come here. All of them cover their faces and head into the shrine. Today's worshipper seemed like a woman. She was holding a child-sized bundle and looks as if she was crying. I can also hear that lullaby. I wonder if the ceremony is like some sort of funeral. Did the camera obscura used to belong to the scholar? Found part for this camera obscura. I already got that lens. Unless it's Kai's lens now as well. Temporarily allows ghost movements, so there's a shoot. Yeah.
You said you would come back.
Woman who pinned her combed hair to the wall and awaited someone's return. I've been waiting, she said as I caught her image in the camera obscura. Did this camera once belong to the man she was waiting for? Maybe he left her and the camera here and sat out for somewhere. Porcelain Dorsha has disappeared.
Let this priestess never awaken from her dreams for all eternity.
Oh, I got one. Impalement Tome. Pain engraved and tattooed priestess, priestess became a dream that eats away at her soul. The pain or the attachment to this world is impaled as a doll dyed in soul ink and enshrined. And then the handmaid's song must be sung and prayers must be said for the priestess to lay in peace. This impalement is duty of the handmaidens. Bugs won't fit in the bookcase. Amp. Seems to be ceremony honoring a local god, but I can't make out exactly what's going on. Written in fresher ink than the others, described with the word engrave. The engravers who make the tattoos must be tattooed in order to know the priestess's pain, and should be blind in order to see the priestess's dream. during the rite of spirits, they must gouge out their eyes so they might see dreams even while awake and distinguish the emotions of the red and indigo ink. During the piercing of the soul, they must pierce their hands and dye them in pain in order to transfer it to the tattooed priestess. Sorry. Those dyed hands must then be cut off and cast away. Damn, dude. How much self-mutilation, like this particular cult was like, how much self-mutilation do you want? And they responded, yes. Thumb on the floor. Piercing the soul. Get the film play on projector. Most of the books can make out a few words. Peeling, surrendering the flesh. Shrine maiden. Maiden covered. Among all the old volumes, one catches my eye. On spines, the word taboo. Tattooed priestess must lose all of her attachments to this world during the rite of commandment. For this reason, those who enter the Kuzi shrine must be sure to cover their faces with masks and carry out the ceremony without feeling. It is especially forbidden for men to enter the Kuzi shrine without concealing their faces in order to keep the priest's heart from stirring. End up with the limbless black knight ghost wriggling and bite your ankles. Tis only a flesh wound. Tis merely a scratch. Small space to the back of the little bookcase. You can see ladder. Maybe I'll move the bookcase. Can get inside. Light shines on the bookcase altar, illuminating the red bookshelf. Some sacred objects must have been displayed here. Something is written in tiny letters. Offer up the tomb of instruction written in the ink of the etching of the soul. Some shining by the side of the altar. Butterfly key. Maybe I can use the open door. Mio disappeared. Oh, it's that thing again. Oops. Yeah, because we can watch the projector too as well. Okay. I'm gonna go save my sister Mio now. Not Mayu. Game awards are tomorrow, and like if Expedition 33 doesn't win the most award, it's nom for rigged. Yeah, dude, like 100%. If it does not get Game of the Year, it is 1000% rigged. Because, like, all honesty, it is Game of the Year. Like it's just like you can't just like everybody who's like, oh, you know, our creators. No. It is game of the year. Shut the fuck up with your stupid, you know, troglodyte pew-pews. Just because a game doesn't go pew or foot does not go to ball does not mean that it's bad. These are the same people that like that like whenever Martin Scorsese said that, you know, that the MCU is like a theme park ride. They got pissed off and everything and said that he'll never make a film as good as the MCU. It's like, dude, he's like made 20 films better than all of the MCU. He makes like actual best film awards from the Academy. It's like these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, it's fine to like something like that. It's like, that's perfectly fine. But whenever you go out and you're like, this, it's like if it doesn't fall into constantly just, you know, ADHD entertaining shit, then it's not good. It's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about at that point. Because at the end of the day, both films and games and books are all art forms. This is from Fate Form 2. Yeah, this is just just that one room. Pressure. It's basically the blast of this game.
I want to be together. So I want to go too.
It seemed to be coming from inside the roof. I got a big old smile on my face right now, I know. The Grudge. Yeah, I was like, this is a reference to The Grudge. It is 110% a reference to The Grudge, and I love it. I love it, man. The Outer Worlds 2 being in best RPG category is because there weren't many RPGs released. I'm gonna be honest. This Expedition 33 is a good RPG. It is not the best RPG. That really should go to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's the best get. Like, Expedition 33 is the best game. It is not the best RPG. Also, yes, this is definitely just Kayako. Or, I'm sorry, Kayako. Not Kayako. Kayako. Plot twist, we're actually just becoming the Dragon Lady. A dream? A dream within a dream. Yeah.
still awake?
Still awake?
Ray, this is it.
Here you go, Ray. Thought this might have some connection to that photo of the passageway. Buried mummies. It has been reported that in process of rebuilding Kukaiji Temple, which commenced last month, many mummies have been found in the walls of the hallway. In the walls of the area called the Shadow Hallway in the Kukaiji Temple, there were stains in the shape of humans, but when that hallway was restored, someone noticed there was something like the root of a tree coming out of the wall. Digging it out, it turned out to be a mummy. In the other stained areas, many more mummies were found, and quite a commotion was raised. The Kukai Temple insists they are enshrined saints, but certain observers argue that they may have been killed in the sacrifice. In sacrifice. Damn, I can't talk. Ray, thanks. I'll just borrow this for a bit. Miku. Here you go, Ray. I thought this might have something to do with that photo of the tomb. Many bones found. On the 8th, in a survey of an ancient castle ruins in northern part of the prefecture, a large number of human bones were discovered in the ground. Stacked tombstones were excavated from the center of the castle, an area thought to be the courtyard. Bone after bone was discovered beneath them. All bones are thought to be from the time the castle was built. The burial clothes seem to indicate they are from laborers who built the castle. It is believed they were buried after the castle's completion to protect the plan of the castle or the location of the treasure, or perhaps who built the castle were killed as a sacrifice. Thanks, hold on to it a bit. Miku, Ray, I researched that abandoned house we covered. Here, why don't you take a look? Coverage of the abandoned house. Below is a summary of what a newspaper reporter told me about the coverage of the abandoned house. I didn't have time before, so please take this as a reference. Number 1, history of the manor. They say there were several villages around the manor until the 1900s, but today only the abandoned house remains. Even the landowner does not know when or why it was built. Now only the area around the entrance is left, but originally it was a huge manor, deep and strangely shaped. It seems on old maps a shrine is occasionally drawn in, but now there exists not so much as a trace of it, and not much is known about it. But on the outlying mountains, it seems like a myth-like story, or it seems a myth-like story is told that is connected to the other world. 2, the rumor of the ghost manor may be due to the myth, but since long ago the abandoned house has been called Ghost Manor, many people visit it just because of the rumor. The rumor is you can meet the dead at the manor, and further, that the dead you meet will summon you to the other world. The rumor's origins are said to be in seances that were held in the shrine there, but that's merely a rumor too. In any case, I think the story of the mountain connected to the other world is the source of the rumor. Ray, about that photo of the doll on the skewer, I wasn't able to find anything on it. I thought it may be similar to the legend of the straw dolls passed on in Tono. Anyway, it has something to do with folklore, so you might find something in one of you's books. Thanks, I'll go take a look.
If you need anything else, just let me know. Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest.
Collection. bookcase, there's a photograph with scenery closely resembling the scenery in the other photograph. Skewered dolls. In many regions, particularly in the mountain areas, there remains a folk practice of dressing up dolls that they make from straws, earth or cloth, and worshiping them as idols. The doll in the picture was reported by an Hawaii resident. It's called Kushimi. And when someone dies in the village, they weave the hair of the deceased into the straw and have it wear his or her kimono. The doll is fixed on skewers they put before a shrine at the edge of the mountain. The doll is enshrined for up to 1 month after death. Damn. And after that period passes, it is cast into the river behind the shrine together with various offerings. In this region's tradition, there is said to be a cave in the mountain connecting to the land of the gods. The dead who became Kushimi stand between the village and the mountain. They take upon the village's evil and head to the land of the gods. In the neighboring village, there is said to be a similar doll called Iguchi, but this one is the spirit of a person who died young and is deified in the mountains. In one interpretation, both village and mountain have a protective deity standing in the border between people and gods. In another sense, burdening the dead with evil or deifying the spirit of the young in a mountain can that may be a translation error. I think they're going for connotate. But connotes human sacrifice. All right, let's read the notes. Mountain graves in the courtyard inside the manor. In the ruins of an old castle, the bones of people thought to have worked on the construction were found under under a mound, not the mound. Shrine carpenters were buried alive as sacrifices. Did the same thing happen there too? Miko tells me the house I went to is famous for being haunted. They say it's a place where people can meet the dead, and that the dead lure people into the other world. The words stayed in my mind. What if he really is there, inside that manor, calling out to me? What will I do? Sacred rope was hung along the narrow corridor behind the door where I heard the moaning. And the walls were, covered in black human-shaped stains. There was a similar stain left behind after Yoshino Takegawa went missing. Read about in one of the papers about mummified bodies being discovered behind the same kind of stain. I had crap in my throat for some reason. Inside the manor, in the courtyard surrounded by a corridor, was a tree wrapped with sacred rope. Around it stood straw dolls skewered on stakes. According to an old book on folklore, the practice belongs to an old folk cult. The dolls stood at the border between the mountains divine and the human, I said the human village, the village human, functioning as protective deities or amulets. I mean, it's technically not not untrue what I said. The human village was there in that courtyard beyond the door. We can see. A room full of red dolls nailed to walls with stakes. According to an old tome left behind in the house, nailing the dolls acts to soothe something that lies deep within the manor. Ceremony is called impalement and is carried out by young girls called handmaidens. There is stuff in here. Looked at the label, but it's blank. Wonder if I can get this to play on the projector. Storage room in the ceiling of the closet. I can get up there if I move away the ceiling board. I'm on the floor. Spirit Stone radio. Looks like an old radio. Is this the radio I dreamed about last night? Book here that seems to go with the radio. As mentioned previously, occultist Kuniko Asao has actively appropriated Western craft with the goal of explicating ancient Japanese belief and legends of the outer world. I'm sorry, the outer world. God damn it. We were talking about the outer world and it slipped into my language. Or my lexicon, or yeah, no, my language there. The other world. It is said he finally was able to establish communication with the other world. First example of this is the Otherworld Crystal Radio Signal Receiver, otherwise known as Spirit Stone Radio. Spirit Stone Radio, Spirit Stone, was a name his colleagues used later. In Dr. Asao research materials, he simply referred to it as the crystal. Principle of the crystal radio is that it utilizes a special wave detection property of crystal to pick up the appropriate band of wavelength. Asao focused on the fact that stones have been known from ancient times to carry occult properties. If you can find a special crystal, he thought perhaps he could capture the signals from the other world. It said his experiment was a success, and the records note that he was able to capture sound at a range outside of normal broadcasting. Documentation of the sounds have been lost, but Basao's associates left behind several testimonials saying they heard words of the past and words of ghosts. Dream I had yesterday. There we go. Okay, let's read the notes. His research, known as mystical science, attempted to use modern Western technology to explain old Japanese folk beliefs about the other world. First, his experiments to bear fruit was the Spirit Stone radio. This used crystal radio technology and was able to receive supernatural sounds that could normally not be detected. The products of his research, the camera obscura and the Spirit Stone radio and the projector, were much sought after by enthusiasts after his death and were soon scattered all over the country. Old radio that was left in the loft above user room. According to an old book left in same place, it's crystal radio made by Professor Kuniko Asao for communicating with the other world. A reaction with a special crystal makes it possible to hear words spoken in the past and voices of the ghosts. Asao, could there be some connection with Yu's family? That's going to be it for this episode of Fatal Frame. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like. I intend to do the entire series in an edited format like this, so hopefully you guys will be ready for it.